Hello, welcome to another Whitehead Moncton podcast. I'm Katie Broadfield, and with me today is Emma Jackson, a trainee legal executive. We're both in the Tax and Estate Planning Department, and we're going to have a chat today about lasting powers of attorney, why they're important, and really some upcoming changes that might change how we make them.
Thanks, Katie. So I understand there's two types of lasting powers of attorney, health and welfare and property and finances. What's the difference between both of them?
So you're right, there's two types, and often clients might come to us and say, I want to make a power of attorney, but they don't really know what exactly that means. So we'll always explain the different types. Health and welfare, those are decisions that clients want somebody to make for them if they've lost mental capacity about going into care or what medical treatment they receive. It can also be end-of-life decisions. So really important decisions. It's really difficult to think about somebody else making those sorts of decisions for you, isn't it? I don't think I'd want to have that responsibility for somebody else to make end-of-life decisions for me.
No.
But the good thing is that somebody making a health and welfare power of attorney, they've chosen somebody that they do trust. And that's the most important thing, is that they've chosen the person that they really think will make the right decision if they can't make it themselves.
Yeah, I think quite often they find it reassuring, don't they? We have clients where when they've made them, they're quite relieved that they're done. Somebody that they love and trust can actually help them
Absolutely.
When they can't. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's that peace of mind. I always say to clients, it's peace of mind for you, but also it's peace of mind that they know that the family will be able to help them, because without a power of attorney, they can't do anything. And it's really difficult for the family to make decisions and help if something's happened to you. Mm. So you mentioned the two types. We talked about the health and welfare, but there's also one for property and financial affairs. This is a much more practical power of attorney needed if somebody can't look after their finances, pay bills, maybe sell property if they have to go into a care home. Day-to-day financial decisions, but also big investment decisions as well. It can cover everything. We always say that the attorney that you choose, they step into your shoes and they can do anything that you can currently do. I think it's always a good idea to make both. I don't know why anyone would make one but not the other one. They're both really equally important, aren't they?
They are. And I think it's important also to know that you can actually have financial and property lasting powers of attorney when you can appoint people to act when have got capacity and not got capacity. So if you're to go into a hospital, for instance, if you have an accident or have to go and have an operation, that someone can help move things along at home for you, look after any animals and that you've got, and make sure their welfare is okay as well for them.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
which can again be reassuring, I think,
definitely.
For, some clients.
Yeah, and the health and welfare decisions that we were talking about, they're only if you've lost capacity. So that's an important difference between the two, but they're still really important to make. And whenever we see clients here in the firm, Emma, we always say to them, if they're coming to make a will, maybe they should also consider lasting powers of attorney, because they are so important.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they'll never need to be used, and they're almost like an insurance policy. So just in case you need to, you can then sort of bring them out and use them, but they don't have to be used.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
That's exactly what I say to my clients as well. They're there if you need them. Hopefully they won't be, but the problem is that we are an ageing population, and they're increasingly needed and they're increasingly important, and we're seeing more and more clients making them.
Yeah.
That's probably why there's actually going to be some changes upcoming to the law surrounding lasting powers of attorney. There's some legislation that I think came out last year.
That's right. Yeah, the powers of attorney bill received raw assent on the 18th of September 2023, and it became an Act of Parliament. So the Act made changes to the Mental Capacity Act 2005. I've just got some information here about it. And this will allow major changes to be made to the lasting powers of attorney process, with the intention of modernising the process and offering greater safeguarding procedures. At the moment, I'm finding that when we're sending them off for registration, they're taking such a long time to process.
Yeah. Huge delays.
And quite often this can be distressing to clients, where they're trying to get these sorted so that they've got peace of mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a minimum of probably 12 to 16 weeks at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's if, I've had recently where they just taken even longer. And sometimes you've got clients that they really need their family to start making decisions for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does cause a lot of distress. So anything that speeds up the process, I think, is welcomed. You also mentioned sort of some safeguarding procedures. So I think any increase in protecting vulnerable people is really important as well, because it's a big thing to give away your authority over your own affairs, and people can be quite worried about it and worried about the power that they're giving to somebody else. So anything that makes sure that the powers of attorney are done safely and in your best interest is really important as well, because
Yeah.
they are vulnerable people often that are making these documents. So we need to make sure that they're protected.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's always nice to have them in place before you get to that point where you actually really need them. So that's why it's
Yeah.
good to do them ahead of the desperate need to do it.
Absolutely, because if you don't do it, you don't know what's going to happen. And I always say to people that it's not just old age and dementia that can cause lack of mental capacity. Any of us could be hit by a bus or have a stroke or brain injury. Those things can also cause lack of mental capacity. So it's not just something you need to think about when you're looking at, perhaps needing care in the future. It's something that any of us could need at any time.
Yeah.
So really important documents to give peace of mind to you and also make it much easier for your family to.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you've got to go and have an operation, someone can keep the household running while you're in there if you need someone to help you out paying bills, etc. as well.
Actually, one thing I always say to clients is often people don't know that even a married couple need powers of attorney. They often think that they've got an automatic right to look after the finances.
You hear that so much, don't you? Yeah.
So even a married couple, they still need powers of attorney in place because they won't be able to just go to the bank and say, I'm going to look after my wife's affairs. So really important for everyone to think about. And, hopefully these changes that are coming in will help the registration process so we can get more people protected and give more people peace of mind.
Yeah, let's hope so. So there's some all other things I think they're looking at. We've just got some information here about other things that they're looking to make changes to improve everything. And they're at the moment everything's done on paper, isn't it? I think rather than online. So now they're looking to move it online to help speed it up. I think.
Yeah, because also I think, things do go missing in the post or, it's very good sending them in paper, but if it was online, it might make it safer and quicker, which would be good.
Definitely more secure, I think. There's going to be identity checks as well, as I understand it, on individuals. So again, giving reassurance to people that are appointing.
Yeah, because there sometimes is identity fraud or people acting when they shouldn't be and making sure that it's the right people who are appointed and have the right authority. That's really important.
Yeah. And that will obviously safeguard the individuals as well.
Yeah, so we don't know. Interesting changes to come. We don't know exactly when they're going to come into force, but any people that are interested in making powers of attorney, it'd be great if they got in touch and we can help them if they need it.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. And if you want any more information, then visit our website, whitehead-moncton.co.uk.